Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create GoToWebinar registrant on teleform submission. So here I am a marketing professional conducting various webinars on different subjects for my clients and businesses. For managing all the webinars, I am using GoToWebinar over here, and for taking the registrations in these webinars, I am using teleform, which I have attached on my website. So my objective is that every time an interested client is going to visit my website, they are going to submit the registration form. Automatically that client should be added as a registrant in my webinar in GoToWebinar. Now, to automate this entire process, we will have to set up the connection between Tele and GoToWebinar, and that we are going to do without any coding and any programming skills, simply with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step for your business, for that you have to come towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video, I am going to show you step by step that how we can automatically create registrant in GoToWebinar whenever a Tele form will be submitted. So here, as a marketing professional, I am conducting various webinars and meetings as well as seminars for businesses, individuals and multiple clients. And I am managing all the webinars, the content as well as the participants of these webinars with the help of GoToWebinar. For taking the registration of these webinars, I am using Tele, as I have created a registration form and I have attached it on my website. Every time an interested client is going to visit my website, they are going to submit this form for registering themselves in the webinar. Automatically that person will be added as a registrant in my GoToWebinar meeting. To automate the entire process, I will have to build the connection between Tele and GoToWebinar. And that I am going to do without any coding and programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which helps us to automate all our daily repetitive tasks without the requirement of any coding and any programming skills. So here, with the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build the connection between Tele and GoToWebinar. So currently I am on the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by typing the URL pabbly.com/connect/INR in our browser. After coming over here, we will find two options: sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already existing user, just click on sign in to log into your account. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. It will help you to create a free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do that, you're going to receive 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Currently, as an existing user, I'm going to click on sign in. This is all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. Now it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, where we can find all the workflows which we have created. And to save these workflows, we can also create separate folders like this. Now to create a new workflow, let's click on this blue button with the name as create workflow. As we have done that, a dialog boxes appear in front of us, which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow first of all. So let me give a name over here according to my requirements. Add GoToWebinar meeting registrant on teleform submission. After giving the name to my workflow, now I'm going to select the folder. So you can see I have a list of folders over here. Among these folders, the automation which I'm going to set up is related to the webinars and meetings. So automations for webinar and meeting will be my folder. Now I'm going to click on create. As we have done that, you can see a new screen is open in front of us, which contains two extremely important windows. Here we have trigger and action. So what are trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now let's suppose I want that every time I'm going to receive a new form submission in Tele for the registration of the webinar, automatically the person who has submitted that form will be added as a registrant in GoToWebinar meeting. For that, I'm going to take Tele in trigger and GoToWebinar in my action step. When we are going to build the connection between these two applications, then we will see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands. Because when the trigger happens, that means when the form will be submitted in Tele, then only the person who has submitted the form will be added as a registrant in GoToWebinar, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger and action, let us start creating our automation to build the connection between Tele and GoToWebinar effectively. So first of all, to start with the process, we have to go towards our trigger step and we have to select our trigger application over here. What will it be? It will be Tele, because we want that when form will be submitted in Tele, then our workflow should start. So our start application, that is our trigger application, will be Tele. Then we have to select the trigger event. That means on the happening of its specific event in Tally, you want to capture the response. Here we only have one trigger event, that is new response. That means when new response will be received in Tally for the form submission, then that response is going to be captured in Pabbly Connect as well. And with that response, we are going to start our workflow every time automatically. So now we have to first of all build the connection between Tally and Pabbly Connect. To build this connection, you can see we have received a webhook URL. And also we have received some instructions over here. By following the given instructions step by step carefully, we have to insert the webhook URL inside a specific form of Tally, and as soon as that specific form is going to be submitted, then we are going to receive the response every time. So first of all, let's turn the simple response button on and let's copy the webhook URL. As I am going to show you each and every step that how you have to build this connection, because when we are going to insert the webhook URL inside Tally, then the webhook URL is going to act as a bridge for transferring the data of every new form submission in Tally towards Pabbly Connect. So for this, first of all, I will take you towards my Tally account, and on the home section you can see these are the forms I have on my account for different purposes. You can also have different kind of forms which you have created for different reasons, but you have to select a specific form which you have to connect with Pabbly Connect. In my case, the specific form will be this registration form. So I'm going to open the form quickly. After opening the registration form, here we have the option of integration. So you also have to select the same. After coming on integration section, here we have my connection under which we have webhook. We have to build the connection with the help of webhook. So first of all, you have to add a webhook over here. But over here, you can see I already have an existing webhook which I have created earlier for different use. So I'm going to quickly delete it. And we are going to start with the fresh. So when you will come towards integration section, you will see webhook like this. So you have to select webhook option and you have to click on this connect button. And then in the endpoint URL field, you have to just paste the webhook URL which you have received from Pabbly Connect. As you will do that, now you have to click on connect and the webhook is added over here. As the webhook is added, this means our connection between the registration form of Tally and Pabbly Connect is built. So I'm going to take you back towards Pabbly Connect. Over here, it is showing waiting for webhook response in Pabbly Connect. This means that now we are waiting for the response to be captured. How we are going to capture that response? By doing a test submission. To do the test submission, I'm going to take you towards my registration form. We'll go towards the share option over here in Tally. And here we have the shareable link. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to open it in a new tab. And I'm going to quickly submit the form in front of you with some dummy details. As I will do that, because the form is already connected with Pabbly Connect, so the response will be immediately and automatically captured. Let's say the name of the client who is enrolling in the webinar is dummy, and let's say the last name is client. Let's say the email is dummyclient589@pabblytudes.com. Let's say the phone number is, and let's say the city is. Now I'm going to click on submit. As soon as the form is submitted, now I'm going to take you back towards Pabbly Connect. And over here, the response is captured. In the response, we have received all the details. So let's start reading them one by one. First of all, we have the event ID, we have the date and time, we have the form name, we have the first name of the client, their last name, their email address, and here we have the phone number as well. And the details are exactly the same which we have entered while submitting the form, as you can see. This means the connection between Tally and Pabbly Connect is built successfully. And now every time the form is going to be submitted by a new client, the response is automatically going to captured. Once we have received the response, our objective is to add the person who has submitted this form as a registrant in our webinar in GoToWebinar. For that, we have to go towards our action step and we have to select GoToWebinar as our action application. To build the connection between GoToWebinar and Pabbly Connect, you can see I am already logged into my GoToWebinar account, and here we have to select the action event. Now what you want to perform? I want to create the registrant. So I've selected that. Now let's click on connect. For building the connection, we have two options over here, add new connection and select existing connection. In case if you already have an existing connection, just go with that. I am going to show you to build a new connection. For that, we have to select add new connection over here and we have to provide the details from time and to time. The webinar for which you are taking the registrations is going to start at what time and it's going to end at what time. So here I have the webinar scheduled for Saturday, 1st of Feb 2025 from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Here we have the time in IST, but we have to enter the time and the date in UTC format like this. So what I will do, I will simply copy and paste the format over here in from time first of all. The date is 1st of Feb. So here I'm going to enter date. Then we have the month. And here the year is 2025. Now we are going to change the time. We have IST format of time, but we want it in the UTC format. So we are going to change 10 a.m. into UTC format. So I have IST to UTC converter over here as a software. I'm going to enter 10 a.m. over here, and the UTC format of 10 a.m. is 4:30. So I'm going to enter the same over here. Time is 04 and over here we have 30. So I have entered this. Now I'm going to copy the exact format. I'm going to paste it over here. The end time is 11 a.m. 11 a.m. will be 5:30. So here I'm going to quickly change 4 into 5. Done. Now I'm going to click on save. Okay, we have to authorize the app as well. So let's click on connect with GoToWebinar. And here we can see that the authorization has become successful and the connection between GoToWebinar and Pabbly Connect is built. So now we just have to enter the details in these fields to create the registrant successfully. First of all, we have to select the webinar in which we want to add the registrants. And here the webinar is already added. We have unlock your potential strategies. Okay. Then we have to enter the first name, last name, email and other details of the registrant. So let's start entering them one by one. You know, we have received all the details of the registrant already in our earlier response. Here we have the first name and the last name as well. So one by one, we will map the data instead of entering it manually. Here we have the first name. I will directly select it from the previous step like this and it is mapped. As I have mapped this name, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, automatically it is going to replace. So every time a new client or individual is going to submit the registration form for the webinar, the response is going to be captured. Automatically, the details which we are going to map in these fields will get replaced with the new details. And in this way only, we are going to automate the entire process. Now in the similar manner, let's map the last name. Then we have the email address. Then we have the city. We have not received the state, etc. So I'm going to ignore these fields. If you have received, you can just map them. We have the phone number, so I've mapped that. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request button quickly. And here we have received a response. It is saying that the status is approved. So I'm going to take you towards my GoToWebinar account. We will go towards the scheduled meeting. And over here we have the registered details. That means the registrant's details. So we have dummy client as our registration over here. We have the same email and the name. This means our connection between Tally and GoToWebinar is absolutely successful. And now every time the form will be submitted by a client, the client is going to be added automatically as a registrant in GoToWebinar. I hope the automation is clear to you and it is very easy process. You can also very easily create this amazing automation to manage your webinars meetings efficiently by adding the registrants directly from form submission. So thank you for watching the video.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such amazing applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any doubt, you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to ask about the pricing, you can visit this website given over here. Do not forget to share our videos, like our video, and also subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.